Hello, my 102ers. If you're watching this, you're still enrolled in the summer section, so that's wonderful news. Hopefully my first week's video didn't turn you off to watching another one. I'm really not that bad, I promise. I just get passionate about the topic, and I just don't want that to be that boring talking head on the screen that makes you all go to sleep. So let's keep going. Skipping over a lot of the other back and forth, let's get down to the 102 Masterclass schedule by scrolling down. And looking over here on the right-hand side, you'll see View Course Schedule, this weird picture here, and then this link will take us right to the 102 Masterclass schedule. Again, it's right near the top. It's the end of Unit 1, basically, so it's going to be Week 2. Your assignment will be due on Sunday, May 28th by 11:59 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, so get it in. And as you can see, there's, 3 things to do, 1 thing to maybe look at, and then only 1 assignment to submit. Yeah. Only 1 assignment. That's pretty cool, right? I mean, I think it's cool, but what do I know? I'm only the guy grading them. So to start, let's jump on to choosing search terms for sources. So here we have this, and it's a quick shot of the understanding of where to start with search terms. Truthfully, I'm not too keen on this page, as some of the information is nowhere near detailed enough. Some is antiquated and incorrect. So let me give you some ideas. The research plan here is a solid one with a couple of tweaks. You're already selecting the debatable academic topic right here, and you obviously must read more about that topic, so hey, points 1 and 2, right on target, right? The research questions must be developed and listed, but then you create search terms to look for sources. See the problem? In order to read more about your topic, you have to search for the sources. So how can you read in the second step when you're searching in the fourth? Basically, you need to select the topic, generate the research questions, get those search terms, and find the sources to read. Once you do that, then you go back and you ask better questions or revise the old ones and do the process all over again. It's more cyclical and less only 4 steps. So kind of jumble these up and you'll be in good shape. Now the next part, well, I actually disagree with this pretty much completely. First, there was a search engine in the days before man went on social media, and it was called Ask Jeeves. If any of you are old enough to remember Jeeves, then, hey, welcome to the AARP. The only way to get what you wanted was to literally ask Jeeves, who was a cartoon butler, by the way, kind of like a dorky Alfred from Batman. But you ask him a question, a literal question, people. Just because Jeeves has long since retired does not mean that you still can't ask questions if you can't get started. Hell, I've been doing this for a very long time and I still ask Google questions. The point that whomever wrote this page is trying to get across is that the volume of words that you use within the search will affect the returning results. The more you put in, the less you get back. The less you put in, the more you get back. Why? The search looks for all the words mentioned. So if a search is too specific, you're going to miss some things. If you put in medical practice Gettysburg, you might actually get results telling you that the Gettysburg Medical College also practices golf on Thursdays. You'd have to add certain keywords like Civil War in quotes, and take out certain things like adding a hyphen for minus and the word golf to eliminate that result. These are called Boolean or Boolean operators. You can use a plus sign or a minus sign or the words and or to manipulate the results accordingly. So you can see this here, and, or, and so forth. That all works. And then underneath here, there's the absolute need by one instructor for you to use Credo, even though it's my least favorite of all the database engines we have. You're 100% welcome to use it, as I showed you in the first week, but you are not required to do so. I think SIRS is much nicer. So once again, going through here, if you want to use SIRS, feel free. Otherwise, you're going to go back to the Delaware Tech Student Resources page where you land, your portal page. Look for Student Success Toolbox. Scroll down a little bit, open up Library. And then right here we have all the databases that we use. Again, the ones I've mentioned. Credo, because I have to mention it. EBSCOhost, which is not bad. New York Times, which we talked about last week. And SIRS, which is fast becoming my favorite, okay? So you can find anything on here if that's what you want to do. Now, looking at the next one, finding journal articles, we go in and we can take a look here. Well, this one's not going to be too long, I promise. I think it's a long-standing misconception by students and teachers alike that source material has to be completely incomprehensible and lofty to be any good. Don't get me wrong. There are many, many absolutely brilliant sources out there in the world that are superbly written, impeccably researched, and peer-edited that are amazing complements to anyone's research. But when do you actually need them? Right now, you're enrolled in what amounts to be a freshman composition course. This is practically the same course you'd have at any accredited college anywhere in this country. You are learning how to put this material together, and you are learning how to make your voice heard. What you do not need are these amazingly intricate academic journals that are geared towards those in master's level and doctorate level and beyond programs. It would be like asking my kindergartner to read To Kill a Mockingbird. While he might be able to get most of the words, he'd never grasp the threads between the ideas. It's not because he's not smart enough, but it's because he doesn't have the necessary experience yet. What I'm trying to say is this. I want you to research your topic academically. I want you to dip your toe in and wade in the databases to find these journals, but do not expect to have immediate comprehension. These are things that you really have to work at to understand. So if you say, Mr. Christopher, I have 2 articles here on pulsed field ablation helping arrhythmias from the Journal of the American Medical Association and the New England Journal of Medicine, I'll say, fantastic. Can you explain them to me? Because I'm not versed enough to understand the top 2 medical journals in the world. Can you help me? Then after your jaw gets picked up off the floor, we can try to find more accessible source material to use. Going back, our last one here is evaluating sources. So clicking on there takes us over here. And honestly, the scholarly sources here are sources that are written for a high-level audience. So if you can see these blocks, you can click on them, they'll open up, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, scholarly sources are sources that are written for high-level audience, edited by experts in the field, and published in recognizable sources. They are the best of the best, but they aren't always the best for you. Remember my example previously about my kindergartner reading To Kill a Mockingbird? Try this one. If you find an article that is brilliant, but it's written in Swahili and you don't speak Swahili, what good is it? Use sources that you can understand and sources that fit with your audience awareness. As you get more experienced in academics and English and research, what you're going to end up doing is you're going to increase your vocabulary, increase your understanding, increase your knowledge base, and then you can start using better sources. You have to learn to crawl before you can walk and walk before you can run, okay? Now I want to take the rest of the time here and discuss, well, CRAAP. No, silly, not poop. CRAAP. See, there's CRAAP and then there's CRAAP. And you had to add that little extra because there's 2 A's in this crap, my friends. And honestly, what good is a semester without a good poop joke, right? I mean, even if I am teaching, I shouldn't go there, but I am. Anyway, CRAAP is an acronym that helps us to determine whether source material is worth our time or not. In short, is this source crap or not? Now, there are 5 elements here that you're going to look at. And here is the CRAAP poster. The first one is currency. And we're not talking about money. We're not talking about coins or Benjamins or anything like that. We're talking about actual timeliness of the information. In this source collection, you want to find material that is 5 years or less. Now, if you put your hand out and count backwards, 2023 being your thumb, 2022, 2021, 2020, your 5th finger should end on 2019. That's as old as a source as I want to see. So do not give me 2018 or before unless you talk to me about it. Anybody who tries to slip one in there loses points, unfortunately. So ask yourself, when was this material published? Has it been revised or updated? Does the topic require current information, or will older sources work as well? Make sure everything kind of works. Next we have R, which is relevance. Literally, Does this source match up with your needs? Does this source match up with your topic, your argument, your thesis? Make sure it's right there, okay? Who is the intended audience? Let me give you a hint. The intended audience for a source is never everybody. Just because it's written in a way that everyone should be able to understand it who speaks a certain language does not mean it is geared towards everybody. If you go to ESPN.com and look at the recap of last night's NBA game, it's geared towards everybody because it's usually using simple language that everybody who speaks English should understand. However, do you think anybody who doesn't like basketball is going to read it? Therefore, the audience is not those people. Make sure that you look through and find out if the information is at an appropriate level. This is exactly what we talked about with the knowledgeable sources and the scholarly sources. Is this well above your head, or is it something that you can grasp? We get down to authority. Who wrote it? Who published it? Make sure that the credentials are there, the organizational affiliations are good. Make sure that you can find contact information in case you have questions. Yes, you can reach out and email these people sometimes and say, hey, I have a question. I've had certain students do that in the past, and it's always a wonderful thing when an author gets back to a student and says, hey, wow, thanks for reading my stuff. We then have accuracy. Again, another simple one. Is it accurate? Is it correct? Is it truthful? Is it reliable? And then finally, your purpose. You're looking for three things in purpose, and it can be summed up in one wonderful piece of dessert. Pie. P-I-E. Are they trying to persuade you to do anything? Are they trying to just inform you of certain things? Or are they trying to entertain you? Persuade, inform, entertain. P-I-E, pie. Okay? Make sure you look through these questions. They will really help out. Now, this is just the gist of CRAAP, and you can go down here, and there's, currency and relevance here, accuracy here, video, authority, video, and purpose video. You can watch more of them if you like. These are created by Delaware Tech librarians for Delaware Tech students. So if we go back up here and look at relevance, who is the intended audience for those videos? You are quite literally the intended audience. So that's the gist. It's something that you heard in English 101, and it's something you'll continue to use. It's worthwhile, but you won't have to do it as much in this level of detail as you get better at it. You'll just know. So, going back, we can see that we've gone through all these. There is a self-check for finding resources if you want to do that. Click on there, and you'll get what looks to be a quiz. It's not a quiz. You're not going to be graded on it. But you can go through and kind of see which answers are correct and which answers are not. If you would like me to show you why you got one right or what you got one wrong, I am more than happy to do so. Just email me and I'll walk you through it. But you can go through and see if kind of you're on the right track. It doesn't take very long at all. Other than that, we've already talked about the database search engines by going back to our portal page, looking under library and the databases. Here they are. Make sure that you do that. Otherwise, you just go right to Google and you pick the first couple sources, and they're usually not good. Okay? So look at database search engines first, then go through Google if you can't find anything. So what do we have to do for homework? Submit the Unit 1 Literature Review Planner. Click on that, you'll get this page here. Okay? I wasn't big on the original document that they wanted you to use. It was slipshod formatting, so I tried to fix it a bit. I'm not 100% happy with my work here, but I'm happier than I was, and I think you'll find it easier to manipulate. So as you read through it, you'll find that you have to do this worksheet here. So by clicking on this worksheet, you will end up seeing this lovely thing. Yes, it's a 5-page document, but as you can see, there's a lot of formatting constants in here, so you will not be typing 5 full pages. Relax. So let's go through each step to see what's what. First, you're going to go up here and inform your audience, which happens to be me, what your general topic is. Now, you will be doing this on the discussion board first, and I will okay it or I will not okay it. I will give you a different direction to go in. So do not start this until I have given you feedback on that, okay? Hopefully everybody's done that for week 1's homework, which is nice. I should have gotten back to you by now. But do not start this until you hear back from me first, okay? So you'll put your general topic in here. I know somebody is writing about... oh my gosh, it's now out of my head. Violence in the workplace in relation to nurses, okay? Great, general topic, put it right there. Then give me some search terms. What are you searching? You know, something's called lateral violence. You can talk about, you know, pandemic violence. You can talk about hospital security. Any of these can be put into the search terms, and that's really helping out, okay? And then we get through, and honestly, everything else is kind of self-explanatory. I want you to develop your ethos, aka personal credibility, by answering the following prompts as completely and honestly as possible. Now, I say completely, because here's the thing. This is a writing class. Don't just answer the question to answer the question. Answer the question in detail. Answer the question with enough information that I don't have any follow-ups, okay? So what is the general history concerning your topic? What is the overall debate concerning your topic? What is one side of the debate surrounding your topic? That would be your side. And what is the other side? So what are you arguing against? And then the scope. What is the purpose of researching this topic? Are you trying to persuade me to do something? Are you trying to inform me of something? Hint, hint. This is an argumentative essay, so it should be persuasive. And then why do you believe it's important to research this topic? So give me full answers to these, and you're going to find that your introduction for next week's paper is already written. Go down here for the research question analysis. You will list 3 questions that guide your research on this topic. So you'll type in 1 question here, 1 question here, and 1 question here. And then over here, tell me, what's the purpose of asking this question? What are the strengths, do you believe, of this question? And what are the weaknesses of this question? You're going to answer those for all 3 questions. Then you are going to find 2 sources of opposing points. One is going to support your claim. So one is going to say that it is a huge problem to have mandatory vaccines in this country. I'm switching topics for you. And the other one's going to say, no, it's perfectly fine to mandate that everybody needs to have vaccines. You will put who the authors are, what the date of publication or update was, what the title is, where did you get this from, and the URL. So if you got it from Google, there will be a URL, http://www.whatever. If you get it from a database, it'll probably say like Academic Search Complete or SIRS or something like that. Then you're going to give me the summary elements. What are 3 of the main points that you have in here? Now, the associated citation is going to be very easy. It's going to be the author, last name. It's going to be the year of the date, so 2023, and then it's going to be whatever paragraph you took it from. That's going to be easy. The first 2 parts are going to be the exact same for all 3 of these. The third part is going to change. Answer this question. How does the information relate to your topic? Or answer your current research questions. How is it relevant or significant? And then kind of give me a quick CRAAP result. Show me. And don't just give me 1 or 2 words. It is current because it's within the last 5 years. That's fine. It is relevant because it brings up the ideas of this, 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 and this when my topic is this. That's fine, okay? Don't just put, it's accurate. It's current. What are the strengths and what are the weaknesses? And you're going to do the exact same thing for source number 2. Same exact questions. Finally, you have reflection on both sides. What do you now understand about your selected topic that you didn't really know before? What have you learned from reading these 2 articles? What patterns or themes do your sources show? What common ideas appear in both articles, even though one article goes one direction, the other one goes the other? What gaps were found in the research and or during the research process? Like, what were you expecting to find but you didn't? What details were missing? How will understanding these 2 articles and perspectives change your research process moving forward? What information do you know now that you need to locate? So what did you think that you were okay with, but now you're like, oh, I gotta go find that. And then finally, your conclusion, and then list off your references. Down here, well, let me go through the conclusion. I'm skipping over that. I'm sorry. I'm just seeing that the timer's at 20 minutes and I'm not even done yet. Restate the purpose and importance of your research. So that was way up here, right? The purpose and importance, right here, the scope. So you might be able to reuse that way down here. What are the next steps you will take with your research? What do you know now that you need to locate and research next? Okay? So that's kind of a up here, kind of like a restatement down here to kind of conclude everything. And then finally, your references. Give me an APA formatted reference. Now here, I have the Purdue OWL webpage linked right here. If you want to go there, you just hit the control button and then your hand appears, you click on it, and up it comes. That helps you, okay? That will be good. Just give me 2 sources. Got it? You can go through here and take a look at all the information. And then at the very bottom of this page, when you see it, because I'm the teacher, I don't see it, you'll see like a submit document page. Please make sure that you submit it in Microsoft Word format or PDF format. Do not submit it as pages. I will not be able to open it. You will get a 0 until you fix it, okay? So there's that. Now, if you have any questions or concerns, please email me. I hope you are watching this video earlier in the week rather than Sunday night because I'm probably not going to be answering emails until Monday morning, okay? Yeah, 22 minutes, I'm sorry. I thought it was going to be shorter, but I kind of had to go through that assignment in a little bit of detail. Hopefully the videos continue to get a bit shorter, but I enjoy talking. Anyway, have a great week. Reach out if you need me, and I'll be looking forward to seeing where your ideas are with the literature review. See ya.